Hello, this is Lady Boulain. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your thumbs up, for your comments, and thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, I thought y'all might want to hear the update on this. This is Ryan Garcia, the Hispanic or Latino boxer that was suspended from the WBC because he was in a fight with a black boxer, Devin Haney. He won the fight, but they found out that he had performance-enhancing drugs in his system and he was overweight. So in other words, he cheated. So they suspended him for a year. Then he's going to go on social media with an attitude, pitch a fit in a chat room with some white nationalists, did a whole lot of racist talk about George Floyd and black people, wanted everybody to know how much he hated black people and throwing the N-word around like crazy. And for some reason, I guess he thought he was going to get away with that because I guess he thought he was a white boy and that they were going to protect him. Well, he thought wrong. They came back and expelled him from the WBC. And also, he has to pay back that $1.1 million that he cheated to win. So, now, he's out of a job. He's out of boxing. He's not going to make that kind of money anywhere else. His reputation is ruined. But he said, that's how he felt. And he didn't seem to have any remorse. But now reality has set in. And he sees now that nobody's playing with him. And as far as black people are concerned, and I wish we could get the word out, and I know I don't speak for every black person in the United States, and I'm talking about American descendants of slavery. I don't speak for everybody. But I speak for a lot of people when I say, I don't give a damn about these people calling me the N-word. They've been doing it for 400 years and they are still doing it. And now all of their adjacent white people have picked it up and they're doing it. So now that's supposed to be a big thing now, calling you the N-word. Well, they can take that word and stick it up there behind for all I care. I don't care. But what he and other people will come to realize is that there is a price to pay now that black people have awakened. So now you're going to pay a price for it. Black Americans have always made money in this country, have always made money for white people. And in the past didn't even get any pay for it. These black boxers have been making money for white people since the 1920s or the 19-teens. Maybe even as far back as the 1800s. And here he is, some little nobody Latino can't even win a match without cheating. And he thinks he's going to come in and talk down to the people who are actually making the people money. Well, he thought wrong. So now he's back trying to apologize. His whole family have written a letter of apology. And they're not doing it for black people. They're not apologizing for black people. I'm not mistaken about that. But they're doing it because these white folks say you're out. And when they say you're out, you're out. Because that was totally unnecessary. He cheated. You cheated. And then you want somebody to prop you up. Well, they would do that for a white person. But they're not going to do it for a brown one. Okay? And so he got the wake-up call. He got the black people type wake-up call. We'll call it the Wake Up Call Remix. Okay, so this is from the Bleacher Report. Ryan Garcia has apologized for his use of racial slurs on a social media live stream, which led to the World Boxing Council expelling the promoter's ex-interim lightweight title holder. Garcia released his apology on X on Friday afternoon. I take all responsibility for my words. Well, I guess so. Nobody else is going to take responsibility for it. I'm misunderstood. I just got a lot of trauma. Yeah, so do we. And it's been a tough couple of months. as everyone can tell, but I am sorry. I struggle with substance abuse, and it's hard for me with everything going on. I actually love black people, no cap, which is why I'm actually sad I offended all my black family and friends. Well, thank God I'm not in your family. This sucks, but all I can do is be better and stop using stupid words and letting some people in my circle hype me up. That's right, because you're the one that lost $1 million. Sorry to everyone that I offended. I still stand on stopping black on black crime. And that I hate pedos, so that will always remain something I stand on. Well, I don't know what kind of apology this is, but so I don't know who he's apologizing to, but as for me, he can take this apology and put it in the same place that he can put that N word. Oscar De La Hoya, the president of Golden Boy Promotions and Garcia's promoter, also issued a statement. There is no room for hate or intolerance at my company, period. I condemn Ryan's words in the strongest terms possible. I see that he has apologized, and that is a start. But it is only a start to earn back the trust and respect of those of us who love and continue to support him. We hope Ryan will use the time he has away from the sport to work through the issues he has publicly discussed. We stand ready to help in whatever we can. USA Today Sports says boxer Ryan Garcia says he's going to rehab after racist rant, expulsion from WBC. Well, it probably won't work because I don't know how boxing works for real. But if I were a boxer of any note, I wouldn't box him because he's a liar, he's a cheater, and he's a racist. This report says embattled boxer Ryan Garcia is apologizing for using racial slurs in his latest social media rant, saying there's no excuse for his recent behavior. No, there isn't. There is no excuse. First and foremost, I want to apologize to the black community. I apologize to the Muslim community, basically for my language and my vocabulary, Garcia said on Friday. I obviously have a big responsibility as a famous athlete, and I was very under the influence, and I'm going through a lot, but I have no excuse. Well, you know what? This is the time for black Americans to take a page out of the Jewish people's book. First of all, apology not accepted because this is getting out of hand. All of these other races of people are jumping on these social media platforms, calling people the N-word for no reason. We haven't done anything to these people. Nobody had done anything to this man. He's out there trying to be a professional athlete. He has poor sportsmanlike conduct. He doesn't follow the rules of the game. He cheats, he lies, and then he throws a tantrum because people call him on his BS. So I don't see where an apology is even on the table at this point for him. He needs to get off the scene and stay off the scene. He is not fit to be in the game of boxing. He does not have the character, and he really doesn't have the skills. If you gotta cheat, you don't have the skills. You're fighting the wrong person in the wrong category. Go back to the playground and learn how to play with other people. Learn how to play the game in a respectable and a responsible way. No, he thought he was a white boy. He thought that because he was in that chat room with all of those white boys, he was going to get white boy privilege. What he didn't understand is that those are nobody type white people who throw rocks and hide their hands. He's trying to be a professional athlete, and he's putting himself in the class of the white people who really don't have that much white privilege when you shake it right down to a carb. So, anyway, when white people do things that are wrong and should be punished, they don't get punished because white people protect each other, but they don't protect anybody else. So he thought he had white boy privilege, and he thought wrong. And so as far as I'm concerned, he needs to go off the scene and never be heard of again. What do you think? Thank you for listening. Have a good evening.